This is the fourth and final video of the travel series, and today we'll be talking about a very crucial aspect of travel that many of us are very familiar with: money. As we all know, we need money to travel. And with money being so important, managing our finances so we aren't broke by the end of the trip becomes very important. So whether you're a solo traveler seeking adventures or jetting off with friends for a memorable getaway, mastering your finances is key to a stress-free and rewarding journey. In this video, I'll be sharing some tips that may help you with saving money. So with all that said, let's get right to it. All right, first things first, let's talk about how to access your funds while on the road. One of the best ways to save money is by avoiding excessive and unnecessary fees, by using a credit card that offers a no foreign transaction fees worldwide. This gem of a card right here can save you a ton of money in the long run. Being able to purchase anything while overseas without those pesky charges eating into your budget can be a lifesaver, especially if you plan on staying for more than a week. Make sure to do your research and find a credit card that suits your travel needs. One thing to be careful about though is the annual fees some cards have, as that may be something you don't want to pay for. Those type of credit cards do have more to offer in terms of benefits and rewards, but that annual fee is a trade-off. When I was traveling around Korea, I used my credit card for many things, as most places tend to take card over there. And because I knew my card had no international fees, I never had to worry about any additional charge for any purchases. I just bought whatever I needed, whether that was food or a train ticket. For this next section, I want to move on to a similar topic: withdrawing money from ATMs. As some of you might know, withdrawing from ATMs internationally will result in being charged a fee. Anytime you withdraw money, you'll be charged a fee, and very quickly that will start to build up. Traveling can be pricey as it is, so don't let those ATM fees be overkill for you. To combat this, I highly recommend getting a Charles Schwab debit card. When using this debit card to withdraw money abroad, they actually refund you whatever ATM fees you end up getting. So let's say you accumulate $30 of ATM fees from withdrawing money when you're traveling around Mexico. At the end of the month, they actually just refund you the $30 back into your account. No questions asked. You may be asking though, what's the catch? But honestly, there really isn't any catch. They just do it. I actually don't understand it either, but for my time traveling and using this card, they've always refunded me the ATM fees back at the end of the month. It's an incredible card, and for any traveler that's able to get it, I highly suggest you do. Even if you already have a credit card with no international fees, you'll probably still need cash for some countries like Japan, as a lot of places over there don't accept credit cards still. Also, smaller shops may end up being cash only, so cash is definitely an important thing to have. As I said earlier, cash is still very important to have. So let's chat about another way to get bills: exchanging currency. This next tip can make a huge difference in your wallet. This is a standard rule I like to live by: never exchange money at an airport. Those rates are usually sky high, as there's no nearby competition. Instead, opt for local banks or trustworthy currency exchange offices in the city. Look for the places that offer competitive exchange rates, and don't hesitate to shop around a bit before making the exchange. This may require you to have local currency already, as you probably might need it to get into the city. So if cash is the only option and you can't get to the city with your credit card, I suggest trying to convert some money back in your home country before taking off. That's what I like to do during my trips, whether that was Korea, Japan, or Mexico. Your travel plans will be different depending on your budget. So before you even set foot on that airplane, take some time to calculate how much you're willing to spend on your trip. Break it down into categories: accommodation, transportation, food, activities, and some extra, just in case. Having a clear budget in mind helps you stay on track and avoid overspending, while at the same time allows you to be stress-free in terms of your spending. The last thing you want to do is spend a bunch of money in the first couple of days on your trip, leaving you with little to nothing at the end of the trip. The key is balance and enjoying your trip thoroughly. For myself, I usually try and predict the things I'll be spending my money on for the actual trip. So that includes all accommodations I'll be using for the entire trip, transportation including flight, food, portable Wi-Fi, or SIM card, any monthly subscriptions I may have like Adobe Lightroom, and extra cash for the unexpected. Aside from the obvious items that have a set price like accommodation or a SIM card, portable Wi-Fi, and so on, I really try to estimate the cost. For example, for transportation, if I'm visiting Korea, I roughly am familiar with the cost of the buses and trains there, so I can kind of guess how much it would cost for a week, 2 weeks, or however long I'll be there for. If it's a country that I've never been to before, I'll try to get that information online either on Google or on Reddit. Then I'll come up with an estimate cost from that and try to be flexible in that category. The important part really is to be flexible and nothing is set in stone. This is just to help you with your spendings during your trip and avoid destroying your finances. Now let's talk about the dynamics of budgeting when you're flying solo versus exploring with friends. When you're on your own, you have the flexibility to control your expenses entirely, but when traveling with friends, communication really is key. Try having an open conversation about budgets and expectations beforehand to ensure everyone is on the same page. There may be some outings where you want to hang out with your friends and maybe grab a nice dinner. That may be more expensive than something you'd normally get if you were by yourself. Make sure to account for those types of expenses. We all know our friends better than others, so you'll probably have an idea of whether you'll need to take that into account for your trip. But on the other hand, Sharing costs for accommodation or transportation might save you a bunch as well, and group discounts can be a game changer, so definitely do take that into account as well. For example, when I was traveling to Hawaii with my friend earlier this year, I paid around $450 or so for the accommodation during our stay. Obviously, it was fun to have my friend there as well, but if I traveled alone instead, I probably would have had to double that at least. So I was also glad my friend was able to go, financially speaking. Now, let's talk about another topic when talking about budgeting: short-term or long-term travel. Well, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter too much, as budgeting is still important for both, though I'd say it's essential for long-term traveling. For shorter trips, I'd personally prioritize experience that truly resonate with you. Whether it's local cuisine, guided tours, allocate your funds wisely to create lasting memories and moments. For me, I try to use my funds to enjoy my time to the fullest, while at the same time trying to get to the best locations possible for photos I want, aka the time I went to the top of the Lotte World Tower in Seoul. I might have not gone up there if I had been doing long-term traveling then, as it was pretty pricey, but I told myself it's something I don't get to do every day, so why not? I also had some friends I wanted to go, so that helped with my decision as well. If you're embarking on a long-term adventure, strike a balance between affordable stays and splurging on special occasions. At the end of the day, it's all about enjoying your travels. So remember, it's all about finding what brings you the most joy. Last but not least, let's talk about some money-saving tips. Try opting for local street food or local restaurants over fancy restaurants, or cooking when possible. Use public transportation if available, and consider accommodations like hostels, Airbnbs with long-term stay deals, and hotels in less touristy trapped areas for cost-effective lodging. Look for city passes or attraction bundles to snag deals on popular sites if you're into those. It really is all about striking a balance between enjoying yourself and being mindful of your spendings. Personally for me, I'm trying my best to be more minimalistic, and always ask myself when buying something if it's really going to be helpful for me. That mindset has definitely helped me be more efficient in terms of my finances. Anyways, that's all from me this week. Remember, it's not about being cheap, but rather about making the most of your travel experience while keeping your finances in check. For anything I may have not mentioned in this video, feel free to leave it down in the comment section below. And with that, you're pretty much ready to go and enjoy your trip. I hope these tips in these series of videos have been helpful to you, and you're better equipped to navigate your next adventure. Whether you have specific goals and experiences you want for your next trip, or you just want to venture out and let whatever happen, happen. I can go on and on about the types of goals and experiences you can have while traveling, but a lot of the fun is finding out for yourself. So I hope you have fun in your next adventure. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Until next time, safe travels and happy exploring. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Later.